And welcome to the third episode of Theorycraft. My name is Anders, and we're going to be looking at cache for today. And wallbangs, more specifically on cache. Of course, we'll revisit the map at some later point to try and check out other features like smokes and molotovs and stuff like that. But today, it's all about the wallbangs. So, what is a wallbang and how does it really work? Put simply, it's this: shooting through a wall with a powerful rifle. Typically an AWP, but sometimes the lighter rifles will do it too if it's got the right material for it. Now, speaking of which, what actually determines how much damage you do through a wall? A lot of people don't know this, and some of you should know, especially for this video. So, put very easily, there are three factors, and they are thickness, material, and angle. Those are the only three factors that determine whether or not you can shoot through a wall, unless something has been hard-coded in the middle of the wall. That means you can't. You can do that from a mapping point of view. But generally speaking, if I take this shot right through, sort of at a 90-degree angle dead on, it's going to do about 55 damage. Same shot, but at a different angle, and you can tell the fall-off is quite a lot. That's 34 we're down to here. If you put on this command as well, you can see the material, and it says metal right there. That is, this command as well. So very, very easy stuff there. The show impact penetration command. I think in the previous video, I put up the whole list that I use when I'm testing these things on my own server. So it's pretty easy for you guys to follow, but it does give you a clue about what's going on. So why does this matter? Well, because Counter-Strike is a little bit of a funky game, and there are some of these things with the wallbangs and the materials that aren't quite ironed out yet. I'm sure it'll be here any day. But right now, some of it is a little bit funny. So I'll try and show you guys what I mean. Actually, we'll start off with a slightly different wallbang, just because we'll get to the fun stuff in a little while. But the first shot I want to show you is to try and kill someone who's covering on the box right here, which is a very common position from the CT point of view. And the wallbang you do to hit that guy is very simple, which is also what makes it fun. You can come up with like super elaborate wallbangs, but if it takes all day to set up and it's really hard to do, they're not going to be worth your time. This one is going to be very easy to do because you just run up on the box, you hit the nail there right there, and then the sinus curve that's right there, this sinus curve that's right underneath, and that's going to do it 51-ish damage to anyone standing here. It's a headshot. If it is a headshot, you'll kill them. It probably won't be unless they're sort of crouched in here or they're a very specific angle. I've tried to see if I could make it line up as a headshot, consistently, and I don't think it's worth the attempt. 51 damage is pretty good if you're just running through here anyway and you just want to like take a couple of minutes to take that shot. That's a minimal investment, and maybe it will do some good damage there. So that's the first one. The next one actually has something to do with the materials that we're talking about, because we're going to be shooting through this top panel here. And if we just take a shot through, you can tell that this does about 74 damage on the other side. It's metal that we're shooting through, and over at the wall here, 74. It goes through again, but that doesn't really matter. So 74 damage from an AWP, which is normally a one-shot. Not too bad. I mean, if we try to do a similar wallbang from here, it will be down to 55, right? So that one, because it's thinner, is just a better one to shoot through. And what we want to do is we want to kill the guy who is sometimes, or actually quite commonly, standing right around here to hold the boost spot, right? So people will be standing here with an AWP. We've seen it very often when people are playing here with an AWP. What they also tend to do when they're standing here, because otherwise they would just get killed from main, is they put up a smoke, and not that smoke at all. That is outrageous. A smoke that's a little bit closer up there. So put up that smoke, which also means when that smoke goes up, you might be able to guess that someone is back here and AWPing up there. There are a couple of the other popular positions that people hold, but this one is definitely one of them. So smoke goes up might be an indication that you should do the wallbang that I'm about to show you. You get a guy to boost you up here, someone from your team, and then you line up against this decal. And it's easy enough to find because you can kind of tell that it's at the edge of the shadow here. And then, it's one decal, the next decal up for it. You spend a little bit of time looking into this box, and you'll see exactly how it works. Then you look your way up, and you aim for this dot. Yeah, again, just spend some time. There's like a big dot there, smaller dot, and then a third one up. That's the one you want to hit. Now, why do we want to do that? If I go a little bit closer here, you can actually see up there, there's some glass in front, right? And that glass is down here too. Don't break it, because something very strange happens when you do this. And I'll show you. Ooh, that's a 1 kill. And look at the impact damage, 100 damage. Now, why is that? It's supposed to only do 70 something, right? I'll show you again, because we did restart the round. This one, 70 damage. This one, 100 damage. Same shot, same thickness, same everything. 101 there. It's because the mechanical aspect of the game is a little bit messed up in that sense that when this bullet goes through, it registers the first material as glass, and it deducts only a certain amount. Whereas this one, it registers the first material as metal, and it deducts a lot more from the damage. So you're actually kind of tricking the game engine, in a sense, to get more damage. So you can one-shoot the guy in the middle. Assuming he's standing there, if he's standing at a different angle, you obviously won't be. So it is definitely not a surefire thing. It's just, you know, a bit of a trick. But I'd love to see someone try it anyway. There are a couple of other instances in the game, where this gets a little bit tricky. One of them is all the way up here. This is not a wallbang angle I will suggest anyone using. I think someone brought it up on the Reddit as well. I can't see how you can easily get a shot through here. You can shoot through into main, and as you can tell, it says glass is the first material, and then it does quite a lot of damage. Oddly enough, if you shoot through the other way, we get metal as the first one, and we're down to 73 damage, right? So you get, you know, metal on one side, glass on the other side. Obviously, in sort of a real-world scenario, you would have the same material, right? I mean, the same materials you get shot through, and it should work like that. I'm sure that some of these things will be updated, and I don't think, actually, they have, like, a big impact on the game. As far as I can tell, actually, for me, as someone who likes looking at these things, it's actually quite enjoyable and actually quite funny. A sort of a way to exploit the game, a part of the game anyway. So that's a little bit of what's going on in the middle here. Now, like I said, if this smoke goes up, there are a couple of other positions that people might occupy. They might be over here with the AWP. They might be holding down here, in which case we really can't wallbang them realistically. At least I haven't come up with a way, and they'll be checking for the boost up here. But they might also be holding close. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to this recently in the competitive matches we've been seeing, but people like hugging this wall and looking up there. They also like doing it from the other side all the way over here, where they're sort of, you know, waiting for someone to come out. And that's a spot that we can hit. We can hit it in multiple ways, but the most effective one that I've discovered, at least, is lining up on the third step right here. Very easy. You don't actually look into the ground. You can just kind of sit down and do it. And if you shoot through here, one angle, and then a little bit further up as well, you can actually see we're hitting sort of, you know, both the shots, right? If you're standing here or here, you will definitely get hit by the first shot. And if you're standing all the way back here, you will get hit by the second shot. So if you put two through quickly, you know, you can clear out this area. Obviously, if they're standing, you know, 2 steps out, then they won't get shot at all. But people don't tend to do that, and I think it's because if this smoke is up and someone tries to put shots through on the other side, right, if you're trying to just spam a couple of shots through, then you can't really hit them when they're close to the wall. So it's sort of, it feels bad standing out in the open like this, and also if the boost comes up, he will see you faster, and some other reasons why you don't want to stand in the middle of everything. So definitely test that out if you want to. It should be a way to get some damage in on a couple of people. It won't kill them, but it'll be alright damage. That's enough for the middle now. We're going to be moving on to the A-bomb site, where for a while we've been trying to point out that you can shoot people who are up on this box, and the way we first introduced the idea was try and shoot through the top grid here, and it's definitely still possible, and actually you can get a lot more damage than I just did if you want to find the right angle. I don't think this is very good. It's a very good idea because even though we introduced it at first, the problem is if there's a smoke up here and you're taking the shot, who's to say someone won't just be running through the smoke, flashing or grenading or whatever. So it's a bit of a risk standing around like that. The other thing to do is actually maybe to stand in here and then try and take a shot up here. Still a little bit risky, but less so maybe than the other one. Or you can get a third angle, which I think involves the least amount of risk, especially if you have a teammate with you, which is standing all the way back here and taking the shot through that corner. Still does around 60-ish damage, and it also means you're shooting at a cone that goes out from the corner, which means even if people are standing out here, they'll still get hit. And people do like standing out here, you know, try and see if they can get a shot in. So I think the third angle is the optimal one. Now you know how to do it anyway. Whether or not it'll ever actually be used in competitive play, I'm not sure. This is just like a fun gimmick, really. The next shot over at the A-bomb site that I want to draw your attention to is one that I've never seen anyone do. Maybe you guys have, but I can't remember a single game. And I've been worried for a long time that someone was going to do it before I put this video out, because I'm paranoid like that. Essentially, you can shoot through the box right here, and you can do, well, that did 60, but you can actually, if I line it up properly, you can actually do a lot more damage than that. It's kind of creepy, yeah, 92 damage right there. And that is at an angle that is pretty much a headshot as well. If you're trying to and hit someone here, if they're standing like this, I'm pretty sure that's going to be close to a headshot at least. Maybe got to aim a little bit higher. You can also return this shot if you want to on the other side, but that is probably not going to be useful, is it? Like, it's very hard for you to guess when someone is going to be exactly there. And I don't know, it's just weird. But this position is very common for a CT hold. Someone be standing here with an SMD, a shotgun, or even an M4. Sometimes they'll be standing even further out as well, trying to wallbang through the squeak door. But if they're standing in the same cone, in the same path, then they'll also get hit, obviously. So be fun to see some people trying to and utilize that spot a little bit more. Right, so what else? Now, before we actually move on back to the A bomb side, I've got a couple of tricks here I want to show you that I think could be fun, but we'll just quickly cover one over at the B, because it's the only one that I've really got. Really hard finding spots over here, but if someone's standing in this corner, which people also tend to do in retake scenarios, so there's going to be a smoke up here, the bomb will be down inside the bomb site, and the terrorists, they've set up a crossfire, and one of them is standing here, the other ones are inside the bomb site or somewhere else. One way to hit these people is actually if you stand here with an AWP and line yourself up against the top, then go a little bit further. You can see there's a decal that's right there, sort of almost purple splinter on the wall. If you hit that, then you're going to be hitting right through. It does 23 damage, as you can tell over there, and that should be a headshot. So that won't kill anyone, but if they're just a little bit low on health, it definitely will. I assume if you shoot them the first time, they won't be standing still, so you probably won't get a chance to hit them a second time. But that might be worth a try. You could come up on your own if you want to. If you feel like that's an unsafe position, you could probably come up with a lot of other ways, like, you know, getting up here and shooting through in like a particular decal. I didn't want to spend any more time on it. I'm not sure it's going to be super effective. But now you know it's possible anyway. That wall is basically like really thin. It's just two thin walls that are occupied, or sort of that encase a lot of space where you can shoot right through. I tried to make it work from up here as well, because I wanted to see if you can sort of take this shot down through, and you can, but that was not going to hit anyone. So to really get it perfect up here, it involves a lot of ridiculousness. Like, this is some matchmaking level stuff if you want to try and make this work. But you can if you crouch and jump and take this shot right here. And this is the problem, it's not going to be accurate, but you can get the right angle so that you actually do hit. Like that shot, for instance, would hit and kill someone, because it would be a headshot from above, basically. Don't try this in a competitive match, please. But sure, if you want to impress your friends in matchmaking or get Overwatch banned or something, definitely do it. And when I say Overwatch banned, guys, it's just a way to say that it's going to look suspicious. I'm not saying you really will get banned. There was a lot of complaints about that in the last video. Right, that's for the B bomb site. Quickly moving forward, we might go back and revisit B some more. I haven't spent too much time here, but I spent a lot more time at A, so we're going to go back to that. A very popular theme on this map, if you've been paying attention, is for people to throw this smoke. Maybe not like that. I haven't actually... Yeah, right, that's not going to be too good. It basically, when the pro players do it, they throw it so it lands right in the middle. The smoke is not the important point here. I just want to point it out, because what they then do sometimes is they'll boost up on top of this one and try and see if they can look over it. What I want to suggest is that people, instead of standing out here to try and look over, is they actually walk down onto the street light that's up here. Because then you can look quite far back into main. You can see we're looking at the first fence door here. And even if the smoke is up, and I'll show you, you can still see quite well above it. It's actually very, very easy for us to do. You can see fence down there. Can't see a thing. What's even worse is that from the other point of view, I'll try and show you. We'll put Ulrich up here. It's very hard. I mean, there's a terrorist coming through here. Even if there's no smoke, you're not seeing anything. I mean, if you crouch, maybe as you get out here, but remember, he can see you all the way back here. But maybe then you start to get a glimpse of bot Ulrich, right? So it gets very tricky. Basically, you're gonna be there long before you realize that something is going on. A lot of the time, the terrorists will be sneaking close here, so they won't just always be walking up against this wall. But try and play around with it. Show me if you can make it work. Now, as a side point to this boost right here, it's obviously how you get up there in the first place, right? Because people tend to do the run boost where they sort of run across here and there's some guy running on their head and then he gets boosted over. Or people put up the smoke and then they try and jump up in this corner, which I think is a big risk as well, because people can shoot right through here, right? You can be shot from main. Even with the smoke up, people sometimes take a couple of shots through, and it takes time, and we've seen it fail a couple of times when people get caught in the middle of it. There is another way to do it on your own without any kind of boosting, which is a little bit tricky. It involves a little bit of technique with the jumping, and I suck at jumping, so don't judge me too much if I fail this, but you can actually make this jump onto the door, which is why I opened it the first time around, but you can make this this jump work. Then I failed it that time. Obviously, now that I'm recording, it's got to be a little bit tough. But second time, there we go. Jumping up onto the door and continuing to jump up there. That's a possibility that you can try if you want to. I've got 2 more strats left on this map that I want to show you, and they are both utterly ridiculous. But I will do it anyway, because now we've already started. We might as well keep on going. Another place you can jump to, that I bet you guys already know, is from here all the way up to these boxes. So make this jump and jump up here. And this is something I would like to see you guys do in match. This is a challenge from me to you. Try and make this work in a matchmaking game, because it'll be so funny. It'll be entertaining the whole evening, basically. Jump up here. Do it quickly, right? No messing about. Run up here quickly. Hope they don't rush, because then you're not going to be in time. Hope they're going to do a slow attack towards A bomb site. When you feel they're near, when you feel like, okay, something's happening, maybe make your friend watch out for them. You throw this smoke right here into the corner, and you stay on the lamp. Now, this smoke is going to cover everything around you. Normally, if you just put it on top of the lamp on your own feet, they will be able to see you easily. But this time, it's just going to be like one puff of smoke, and they can't see a thing. And then you wait. Obviously, you wait for them to go and put the bomb down. You hear the beep, beep, and then you come charging out of the smoke to take them out. That's it, guys. Try and do that. And then we go to the middle for one last thing. And this is actually... This is going to sound really, really ridiculous. And maybe it is. I'm just going to get the right weapon in here. SSGO. Flip the scout to show you guys what I mean. This is going to sound ridiculous, and maybe it is. I can never tell if my ideas are silly or not. But I want to try and see people do this as an force-up strat. So you've lost the pistol round. You're now playing the second round, and you've got pistol and armor, and maybe one adventurous person with a scout. That person, I want to see joined up with a second person from his team, where they make this jump, and then they make this jump. So it's easy enough jumps to make on its own, like nothing technically difficult about that. You can do it on this box here as well, but I want to do it on this one for this particular purpose. Now, once your friend is up there, he crouches. I probably can make the bot crouch, but I'm just do it this the hard way and jump up in like that. So you go on top of your friend, he stands up again, and now you're in the middle. And if you jump and shoot here, everyone loves a bit of jump scouting. Because you're going, again, this goes back to the wall banging, you're going through glass, meaning you still do, 79 damage with the scout right here. That's a lot, right? That's going to headshot someone and kill them if they're in the middle. And how are they supposed to know that you're looking through the ceiling window? And even better, you can look over to where they very often will stand and put up smokes. So if you're really quick about it, maybe you can catch them as they're putting up smokes and just easily headshot someone with the scout. That is going to be the last thing that we'll look at today. There's going to be a lot more coming up on cache. I promise you, I haven't even spent enough time looking at wallbangs yet. There are a lot more opportunities and possibilities on this map. But this video, I think, is going to be long enough for now. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow the social media stuff either, and give me some feedback on the format if you're liking it. And if you're not liking it, I'd love to know. But this has been Theorycraft, and next time... I'm not really sure what we're going to be looking at next time, but we'll either look more at cache or we'll try and swap around a little bit. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.